The man police believe got into an argument with his parents and then fired a gun into his Holland Township neighborhood has been arraigned on several charges. 42-year-old Christopher Scott Walters is facing 6 charges, including being a felon in possession of a firearm and discharge of a firearm at a building. No injuries were reported in the incident, which started Friday evening. After an argument, Walters allegedly fired several rounds from a shotgun at the house he lives in with his parents. He then took off into the woods, putting a neighborhood on edge. Walters was arrested the following morning in his driveway. His bond has been set at $250,000. And a major moment for Detroit today as a review team appointed by the governor said that the city is in financial crisis, but they stopped short of calling for an emergency manager to be installed. The 6-member team has been looking into things since December and announced their findings this afternoon. The matter now goes to Governor Snyder, who has the final say. Detroit is losing more than $300 million a year, and the team concluded that the reforms it has put in place don't do enough to fix the long-term problems. Should an emergency manager be appointed, they would answer to the governor and the legislature. They would handle all finances and have the power to tear up union contracts. Now, a few names have been floated as possible emergency managers, some in-state, some from the outside, and according to the Detroit News, almost unanimously, they have said not interested. Crews in Allegan County are investigating after a meth lab was found at a county park over the weekend. On Saturday, a sergeant and deputy were trying to pick up suspects on outstanding warrants. While they were at a home, a meth lab was found in the property off of it in a nearby park. The West Michigan enforcement team was called in to assist with that cleanup. Well, volunteering, it not only helps you feel better, but it also helps others, and now it could also earn you valuable GR City points. Grand Rapids Mayor George Hartwell and the Heart of West Michigan United Way announced the new program today where people who volunteer at selected events can earn points. This builds on the wildly successful Points for Recycling program instituted last year. That saw an 80% increase in recycling for Grand Rapids residents.
No city can brag the kind of thoroughgoing, transformational efforts and innovative approaches that this city can brag.
GR City points can be redeemed for things like restaurant discounts, yoga classes. They can also be donated to community building campaigns.
Yeah.
We talk about relapses a lot. We see it a lot with celebrities out there. Boy, they can never get clean. Is that obviously, you know, society plays a little bit of a role. They're a star, they're in the public eye, but do we make too much of the cases that don't come to a good resolution and ignore the ones that do have a good ending?
Well, relapse is a part of the illness, and it's a part of the illness because it is a brain disease.
The 2 men charged with killing a man in his parents' basement appeared in court today. Tremaine Foster and Isaiah Latham walked into the courtroom together but ended up waiving their preliminary hearing. Both are charged with open murder and 7 other counts in the death of 34-year-old Jason Cherry last December. Grand Rapids police say the 2 intended to rob Cherry and a few of his friends. After the shooting, they allegedly stole money and marijuana. Cherry's sister-in-law says it's a daily struggle with him gone.
He's definitely made mistakes. He was not perfect, and I don't make excuses for the choices he made, but he was more than just that. He was a good guy. He was so kind and such a great uncle, so playful with them, and my little girl was 7 years old, and he would snuggle with her at night.
The next court appearance has not been scheduled for the 2 men in the case. Meanwhile, police are still looking for other suspects in Cherry's murder. If you know anything, call Silent Observer 616-774-234. 2 people are in custody tonight connected to a shooting at a Houston area college. The gunfire broke out earlier today at Lone Star College. It's a 2-year school with just under 30,000 students. Details still sketchy, but it appears the incident started with an altercation near the library. 3 people, including a suspected gunman, were taken to the hospital with injuries. At least 2 of them were in need of surgery and were in serious condition. A 4th person reportedly had a heart attack sometime during the incident. A corrections officer in Calhoun County facing charges tonight after investigators say he had an inappropriate relationship with an underage boy. Heartbreaking scene in Kalamazoo yesterday. 3 small children, including twin 3-year-olds, killed in an apartment fire, and investigators say the kids were home alone at the time. As family and friends mourn the loss of those young lives, other families in the building are looking for a place to live. Fox 17's Darren Cunningham has more from Kalamazoo. Darren? Oh, she won the pole position.
Yeah, I like that attitude.
Pretty cool. Let's go back to the golf story.
Okay.
Don't you let the president win?
Well, you do. You do.
Should.
But if you're Tiger Woods, I don't think you let anybody win.
Even if he tried to let him win, he probably couldn't help himself.
Probably couldn't, yeah.
And if you're not on the level and you beat somebody like that, you're going to be like, okay, come on, dude.
Okay.
You want to play with him because you want to see what he can do, not to
Right.
say that you beat him.
Look at that weather.
He also got a
Nice
big
and
lesson from
sunny
Butch
it
Harmon.
was.
Spent a lot of time on the range, so maybe the next time we see
That's
video of him
exciting.
playing, his swing will be different.
Yep. This couch is completely separated.
I'm not
That's
gonna,
true.
I'm not
We are a
gonna
couch
name-
divided.
We are.
A couch. It's a red couch.
Yeah, I wasn't going to name any names,
Nicely
but I think
done.
the newsroom is going to be a little divided tomorrow night.
I think it could be a house divided at my place tomorrow.
It could be.
Yeah, that's true.
Kitty-
Mine too. I have a Michigan State grad.
Kitty's the
is all
tiebreaker.
Spartans. Kitty is all green.
Luckily, you married up and married a Hoosier.
That's true.
Oh,
Nice.
goodness.
Thank you.
Goodness.
Because they're somewhere still on the hill.
Yeah, or find them in the spring.
Will you keep going skiing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do it right now.
Yeah?
Yeah. And they got this trip because they get such good grades in school. So.
And your hand
You
injury
also-
has nothing to do with
Right, that was
the
before.
ski problem.
Yeah,
Well,
that was
we're happy
before.
to see you alive. And did you ever think it could happen to you? I mean, you've
gosh.
seen it on TV and in the movies probably.
Yeah, this seems like this thing that happens in movies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks for coming in, you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
nice,
Nice
to
to
see
see
you.
you,
Keep
yeah.
getting the good grades. Maybe we'll take them to a beach next time or
Or
something.
Disney World.